Get in the Ring connects startups to opportunities to start, grow, and scale up their business.
The reason I said yes to this one was because we were coming to the home of Philips and going to spend the day with the Philips executives.
All these entrepreneurs that have great energy, they have great tools, and they all want to change the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Get in the Ring.
Welcome to Get in the Ring Impact Edition Berlin. This is the second of a number of special impact-driven Get in the Rings. We started in The Hague, we're now in Berlin, and from here we go to Lisbon, Geneva, Copenhagen, and Oslo. We're going to be having contestants in all of those countries coming together in this ring. You might see we're not actually in the ring. Well, COVID means that we can't travel to Berlin. So I can welcome you to Berlin because all of the other contestants are there, but we're actually here in the studio in The Hague. The smallest ring I've ever been in, but that's the time we're in and we're making the best of it. So for everyone at home, thanks for joining us here. And I'd like to introduce you a bit to Impact City, because Impact City is the main sponsor of this event across all of the different iterations. And we will be coming back to The Hague, this city, for the final. And that one will be, fingers crossed, in a true ring with all of the competitors from across Europe. And that will be in April, we think. But again, let's see what happens with COVID. But I'd like to talk to you about something important. What do our competition winners get? What is the prize? Well, today, actually, we have two prizes, because there are two tickets that become available to come to the final of this contest. And if you get through to that final, what do you win? A possible €500,000. And it's a convertible loan, and it could be from a number of different parties. But it means that true investors are going to be coming into your company. Let's go a little bit further to talk about the fact that there is a vote from our jury tonight, as well as a public vote. And I think some of you have already been voting in the public vote. We're going to come back to that later. Someone else will be announcing it, a good friend Jürgen. I've talked a bit about what is Get in the Ring. We normally have two competitors, and I think you can see in the blue corner we have someone, and in the red corner we have someone. Well, they're going to be battling against each other, and battling in a number of rounds. The first one tonight is an innovation for us. We're going to show a video that they created that gives an overview of the company. And then we let them battle in some future rounds. The first one is over their business model. How do they make money, and how much money is there to be made? And then we go to round 3, which is over the impact that's created. Exceptionally important. And finally, we come to the round that I think most of our champions are waiting for, which is over the need and their proposition to our champions or to you who are listening at home. Shall we meet the champions who are able to ask the questions? I think we should. Julia, how are you doing this fine day?
I'm very well, thank you for asking, and I'm super excited and looking forward to see the final battles.
Wonderful. Now, you are head of Life Hub Berlin Bayer. So what does that mean you're looking for today in our startups? So
in the startups, I want to see great technology, but also a very clear value proposition and a story on how to make money with this. Because in the end, as I mentioned in the warm-up already, technology is great, but if you don't generate value for the customer, but also for the corporation financially, it's usually not going to fly. So we need to have both components in there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's go across to Alina. Alina, how are you feeling this afternoon?
Hi, I'm doing good as well. Thanks.
Super. Now, I've got investment manager for ANANDA Impact Ventures. So are you looking for something a little more in the impact environment?
Actually, we are only looking for things in the impact environment because we're an impact investment fund. So for us, that means we only invest in impact businesses and in impact businesses in different industries and sectors. And the energy sector is, for example, something we're quite keen to get a bit more insights, but we're also interested in other technologies.
Wonderful. So both Wasser 3.0 and Kraftblock could be potential investments for your company.
Yeah, happy to hear more.
Excellent. Then let's move on to our final jury member, our final champion, and that is Erwin. Erwin, you are joining us as well today. General Partner for Bond Venture Management. So what are you specifically looking for in a winner?
Quite easy. We are looking for impact ventures, impact companies delivering solutions or reduction of social and ecological issues.
Well, Erwin, let's hope we can promise that to you. Are we all ready to start getting in the ring? So I think it's time for us to move on and actually introduce who is in the blue corner.
Hi, I'm KAROLIN from Wasser 3.0. Our mission is to stop the uncontrolled global spreading of microplastics and micropollutants through waters. We invented the first filter-free process for microplastics removal. It has a removal efficiency of more than 95%, is modular, low-tech and cost-effective. We create impact by making clean water a prerequisite for biodiversity, health and climate.
And I'm going to look across my shoulder to the red corner.
Hi, this is Martin, founder and CEO of Kraftblock. Kraftblock is a high-performance heat storage system and it's able to indefinitely will decarbonize industries like glass, steel, ceramics industry, petrochemical industry, and even a couple of more. It will even help renewables to have their breakthrough in industrial heating. This simple process means that we drastically minimize the usage of fossil fuels, and that means we avoid the formation of carbon dioxide and increase the value of formerly lost and wasted heat. Kraftblock, rethinking energy storages.
It's very clear we have a water company against an energy company, both true impact startups that are making a big difference to the world and to planet and people. So we'd like to hear a bit more about it. It's time for us to get into the rounds. These rounds are against each other. We're going to start in the blue corner. Let's hear about the business model, Katrine.
We operate as a non-profit organization with a clear focus on impact and social entrepreneurship. Our USP is based on a social dividend model, meaning that our most of the commercial results are directly reinvested in R&D projects, education and training programs. We have a concept that are embedded in circular economy. Our target customers are the industry, local authorities and end consumers. And our revenue model is based on an integrated, yet independent 3 steps consecutive revenue streams.
Wonderful. Just as the bell was about to ring, very nice 30 seconds. I'm convinced by your opponent. Martin, can you beat her?
It's getting hard, but I try to. So our business model is a little bit more complex as we run through 3 business models. At the moment, we started as an equipment manufacturer, means we constructing and building our storages, selling them to the customer. Type 2 will be offering financing solutions like leasing and rent models, and point 3 will be energy as a service. So we build, we operate, and we sell the energy to our customers. So hopefully we will have a very nice curve of revenues based on a very modular and easily scalable platform, either hardware and software.
Thank you. You've gone over your 30 seconds. There was so much to say. But 3 business models in 30 seconds was always going to be a little difficult. But we need to find out more than business model. We need to find out why these are 2 impact companies. I am going to go across to Martin. Martin, tell us a bit more about the impact.
The impact of our company is probably comparable to other impact companies. We have a direct impact, which is parallel to our value proposition, means we save primary energies like gas, like oil, like coal for the customers. And doing this, we avoid the formation of carbon dioxide, NOx, and a couple of other substances as emissions. So this is the impact which is directly measurable. Having this impact, we also have an indirect impact to the environment. We protect resources, we help the health of human beings in the environment of our storage getting better. But that would be very hard to measure.
Thank you very much indeed. A true impact from the red corner. Is that going to be matched by the blue?
With our setup, we generate multiple ecological and social impacts. We create measurable clean water. We make direct contributions to achieving several SDGs. Our low-tech removal solutions deliver high water quality, which influence our health, quality of life, climate, as well as responsible production. Wasser 3.0 moves scientific, political, and social discussions into the direction of concrete action.
Well, that was exceptionally clear for me, but let's just ask Julia, was it very clear from both sides the impact on this?
Yes, I think it was very clear. Nevertheless, I do have a question, maybe starting with Kraftblock. I mean, both of you are in commodity business, right? So your companies are probably fighting hard to actually have their operations going. Now, if they invest in Kraftblock, what is the payback time? You say your first business model is selling. How much really they need to be on the table to get the units, and what is the payback time? And then the same would also go to Katrin with Wasser 3.0.
So getting the payback time, that's quite easy. We usually calculate with payback times smaller than 3 years for our industrial customer, especially for a large-scale system. Just depends a little bit on the application. It could be even faster. For example, with a company in the steel sector, we found out that the payback time of the plant we will introduce right now will be less than 12 months.
Okay,
this is
clear from the red corner.
From our side, it's about 2 years because we have a low-tech solution with low costs from the infrastructure side, and the materials are not that expensive, and we are reusing the water. So when we get rid of the microplastics, we can reuse the water, especially in industrial processes. So they have a positive impact on water quality, on energy demand, and in the end, they can reuse the agglomerates in a secondary treatment. And this leads to an overall concept which is very interesting for the industrial partners.
Julia, are you happy with the answers to those questions?
Yes, I'm happy. Where do I sign up?
Well, that's something that we don't see an awful lot here, an investor who wants to invest directly in both startups. We will be keeping you to that, Julia, because it's all recorded on at least 3 systems as far as I'm aware. But let's leave that aside because there's still another round to go. And maybe this will be the round that truly gets you, because I think we have to find out from both of our competitors, what do they need from either the investors who are here or from the wider public? So it's time to find out about propositions and needs. Katrin, we're starting with you.
If you deal with microplastics, let's do it together. If you have microplastics in your water, let's start removing it. If you are a business angel who shares our vision and the mindset behind our business model, let's embark on a co-developing journey. If you're thinking about impact investing, this is what we can offer. An NPO regulated growth story, full-blown ESG compliance, and a commitment for real impact.
Very nice indeed. I saw you were reading a little from a prepared script there, but I think we can let that one go. Let's go across to see if it's being done on the same side. I see a little looking down there too. It's the same question over the needs and your proposition to either the jury members or to our wider public. You've got the final 30 seconds here. Good luck, Martin.
Thank you very much. So at least we have 3 needs at the moment. Need 1, obviously, is customers. We need customers more than customers, because only if our system is applied, we will have the impact we would like to have. We need also investors, especially for next year, as we would like to scale internationally at the end of next year. And point 3, at the moment, we have a direct need. We are looking for 5 very highly motivated and skilled engineers to expand our team at the moment.
Super. Thank you so much. Well, the time has come to really go to big questions from our champions. So champions, are there more questions for these fine 2 companies, for either Kraftblock or Wasser 3.0? I'm going to go in the same order. So ALINE, any pressing questions coming from your side?
Doing that at some point in time.
At the non-profit organization, we have this wonderful model that you can move an economic path and then directly reinvest the outcomes from the economic path into the company. And this is for us very important because we are doing education as well as training, because we are interested in an internationalization and transfer of our technology into the world. So we don't want this barrier between technology transfer and installation at other sites. And this is why we want to act directly with impact on this ecological and social side, and not only economically driven and full of straightforward moving and creating invest and creating money. We are more the impact fighters on this side.
Thank you, Katrin. Is there a question going towards Kraftblock?
One question, very short. What is the capital need for the next year for you?
Yeah, so over the next year, I'm very happy there are no requirements as we just closed around 3 months ago. But as I said, at the end of next year, we want to try to scale our projects internationally. And this phase is in planning at the moment. So probably the whole need will be somewhere around 5 million in overall investment.
Okay, 5 million. Katrin, what is your need to build the growth within the business?
For the next year, we need 500,000 K because we want to step out from the pro bono side to the HR intense and paid side. So I want to pay all the people in the company, and we want to build our own pilot plant or a mobile system that we can directly put on site our solutions and show the people in industries how it works. For that, we need the money, and this will be the investment for the next year.
I just want to be a bit clear on this one. Do you need 500,000 or 500,000 K? Because that's a very different number.
500,000 euros.
That seems like a much easier amount to raise from the guys we have here. Then I think it is time for our jury to start deliberating, because they need to choose the winner. So the champions are going to go into conclave right now and decide who they would like to win. And during this time, we're going to go across back to Berlin to meet with someone who is really going to enthuse you. Someone from Berlin Partners. Karolin Erdmann from Berlin Partner. Now, your title says Startup Coordinator, but I know you do so much more. Is it important to you to live in a city that is truly impact-driven?
Well, hello, and also welcome from my side. Yes, of course it is important, because I think impact, and especially impact startups, has always been very important, not only for me, but for the city itself. But nowadays, during the last years, I think it comes much more visible and apparent in our city and in Germany in general, that this topic needs a lot more attention and support, because this is something where founders and startups do a lot for the economy, but also for the society. So yes, of course, for me, and I think for Berlin as well, it's very important.
So if there is a startup out there anywhere on this continent, or perhaps in the wider world, why should they choose Berlin to be their base?
Well, as you mentioned before already, Berlin is the place to be when it comes to startups, but also when it comes to especially impact startups, right? We have very good framework condition and a very active startup scene here in Berlin. When I look at the different actors that we have here, starting from the startups itself, a lot of startups are founded in Berlin, over 500 a year. But also when we look at the startup financing scene, VCs or state-driven programs, there are a lot on offer here in Berlin. But of course, a lot of the accelerators, incubators, and innovation hubs and labs of bigger corporates, they are also located in Berlin. So I would say if you are starting a startup, or if you want to expand, especially to Germany, I think Berlin is the place to be, especially when you look at the wide range of startup actors here.
Wonderful. Karolin, I'm sorry we're not there with you in the ring today. Unfortunately, COVID rules mean it's impossible for us to be there. But thank you so much for the partnership that you have with us, because we look forward to being back in the city that is not just cool, but you've said has so much substance. So let's say thank you, and we'll see you very soon.
Well, thank you very much, and good luck to the startups.
Well, I have heard that the jury have made their decision in who they'd like to see go forward. But before that, we just have to do a few thank yous because these are important. We want to thank our sponsors, Impact City, who are sponsoring all of this series of events, Berlin Partners, who are sponsoring this particular edition, and of course the Unknown Group here in The Hague that started the process off. We will see you next time in Lisbon, but before we go, we should actually announce the two winners. One of them from our jury, and afterwards from the public vote. So jury, I'd like to see who the winner is. So let's have a little drum roll. Jury, hold up your phones right now. Let's see who the winner is. It's blue from Erwin, it's red from Alina, and it's blue from Julia. So the winner in the blue corner is Now that's the kind of reaction we're looking for. So Katrin, what does it mean for you to be able to go through to the final of this competition and join us here in The Hague?
First of all, thank you for this competition. It was a hard fight against Martin, and thank you for this fight. It was quite energyful. I like it very lot. For Wasser 3.0, this will be the entry. We are on this NPO strategy since 6 months, so we are an early startup, and being in the finals in The Hague will be our chance to show a new business model concept and impactful concept and show how our system works. And this is great.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Martin,
Thank you.
I'm looking across my shoulder in the opposite direction. You didn't win this prize, but the public prize is still there. So do you have a message for the investors that are still here as jury members and those in the audience?
Actually, I'm really happy that impact investments are moving, because impact investments are not an investment for today, it's an investment for tomorrow. It takes a lot of time to get impact-driven startups on the top of the world. And I really like it to see much more of the impact investors coming on the market. That's really great.
Wonderful. Well, I'd like to say, on behalf of Hivos Impact Investments, who I'm the portfolio manager for, one of those great investment companies in impact, thank you for listening to this part of the competition. And I think it's time to hand over to Jürgen, who's going to tell you all about the public vote. So thank you from me, thank you from the blue corner, thank you from the red corner, and thank you from our champions, because they have been an amazing set of individuals. Erwin, Alina, Julia, thank you. I think I've done many thank yous. So Jürgen, it's over to you.
So I'm here to indeed announce the winners of the public voting. I think we've got votes from all over Europe. Most of them, of course, were from Germany and from Berlin. But it's really great to see that over 1,800 people voted from all of Europe. So already that and the whole kind of awareness and exposure that the startups gain from that, I think is big time. But we have a winner. The winner is 3.0. What's the 3.0?
Okay, we have a problem because they're already coming to the final. So what are we going to do about this?
Yeah, so of course I have thought about it a little bit. I've also watched the battle just now, and I think seeing Grafblock in the battle, being a runner-up, but also seeing the impact that he is making, I think Grafblock deserves a ticket to the Impact Finals. So Grafblock, as a second winner of Get in the Ring Berlin, you deserve a ticket for the Impact Finals, and I hope to see you here in The Hague in April.
So, Katrine is joining us, Martin is joining us,
yeah.
But 1,800 people didn't vote for Martin, so what are we doing with the runner-up in the public vote?
Yeah, that's true. And also the winner, Wasser 3.0, they were the clear winner of the public voting, but also the runner-up in the public voting had a tremendous amount of votes. So I think there's something in what you say. So if it was up to me, I would say let's create another ticket for the finals and award the runner-up of the public voting for that ticket.
Super. So we are going to have 3 finalists coming through from Berlin.
Yep.
The public have voted, And we voted for the same person, so the runners-up in the 2 categories will get tickets as well.
Yeah, so we have 3 of them. And I think then the only question remains is who is the third finalist, right?
I think it would be time to hear from
Yeah.
them.
So I'm happy to announce that the third finalist is going to be U-Impact.
I'm Leslie from U-Impact. We provide sustainable investment solutions to banks and fund providers to help them better serve their retail investors. Our solutions include fund selection tools, sustainability data integration, and user behavior insight. There are billions of savings that could be invested. We create impact by converting these sleeping savings into sustainable investments to overcome social and environmental challenges. We believe money with a purpose can save our planet.
Yeah, so she's putting billions of new money into this whole impact ecosystem. The savings of people will flow into this ecosystem. So I think with a water startup in the blue corner, an energy startup with Craftblock, and also U-Impact, I think we have 3 great finalists. And Leslie, Martin, Katrien, I can't wait to see you in the final. And
I'll be in the ring, so I'm hoping they're going to be there. And we're really going to get them to the next level because, let's face it, they deserve it.
Indeed. I think it's time to close off.
You know what? I think it is time to close off.
Perfect. Well then, from The Hague, Apollo 14 Studios of Unknown Group, I'll say goodbye and I hope to see you next time in Lisbon on the 15th of December.
Hi there, hard workers, thinkers, doers, dreamers, hackers, civil servants, visionaries, students, entrepreneurs, diplomats, and innovators. Here in The Hague, international city of peace and justice, tens of thousands of people are working towards making the world a better place, every day and in many ways. Our city, The Hague, represents a unique hub that connects startups with governments, international companies, research centers, studios, and thousands of creative entrepreneurs. Whether you work for a United Nations organization, one of the many NGOs, research and education institutions, or your own startup, economic success is intertwined with social impact. We call it the impact economy. It's an economy that has an enormous potential to grow and create beautiful things that benefit all of us. That's why the city is investing in people, places, experiments, and ideas. We can show you many inspiring projects because the impact economy is already here in our city. Discover our stories on www.impactcity.nl. We look forward to meeting you.